Hey there hunters, Lord here, back with another Monster Hunter Wilds set video after the new RNG Talisman update. In today's video, we're going to be covering how we can upgrade our Spread 3 heavy bowgun set specifically with the new RNG Talismans. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video. So first of all, let's quick get some housekeeping out of the way. I know that Spread 3 and its reimagination here in Monster Hunter Wilds with the very high recoil is not for everyone. I know that a lot of people still refuse to play this despite its huge upgrade with Title Update 2, just purely because of that visual recoil. However, if you are still interested in playing Spread 3, it's very, very strong and now has the potential to be even stronger after the Talisman update. I also, of course, want to give a shout out to Demo. He's one of the great minds behind the light bowgun and heavy bowgun meta documents, along with a bunch of other great theory crafters here in Monster Hunter Wilds. If you've been a viewer of the channel for any amount of time after Monster Hunter Wilds, you've undoubtedly heard his name before. I'll link his channel down below in the description. He makes a ton of great videos and informative videos, so if you want to learn everything there is to know about the RNG charms and about the bowguns, then definitely go check out Demo. He really is the huge help behind crafting all these heavy bowgun and light bowgun sets and making sure that they are as optimal for you guys as possible. I pretty much always run everything by Demo when it comes to bowguns before pumping out these videos. So again, please go check him out and support his channel and the work that he does. So the charm we're going to be looking at today that is a direct upgrade to our Spread 3 heavy bowgun sets is this Rarity 8 Talisman. It comes with spread shots at level 1 and burst at level 1, as well as the mandatory level 1 weapon slot that comes on all Rarity 8 charms. And I was fortunate enough to get 2 level 1 armor slots as well on this one, making it pretty much the ultimate RNG Talisman for Spread 3 heavy bowgun. Now, prior to this Talisman update, the charm that we were using was the Weakness Exploit charm level 2 to reach 100% affinity with all our skills active. However, with this charm, what we are able to do is drop the chain decoration that we would have in the Gore-Greaves beta and slot in something else. You could go for 1 level of Weakness Exploit to still reach 95% crit, or you can do what I did and throw in a counterattack charm for 1 level of Adrenaline Rush, which gives me plus 10 raw attack when perfectly evading a monster attack. Now that is a big point here with this set. As you can see, I'm running the Evasion Mantle and the Insurrection Cannon. The Insurrection Cannon, of course, introduced in Title Update 2 with Seregios, which comes with 2 unique skills, one being Blade Scale Loading, where upon perfectly dodging an attack, we gain 3 additional shots in our clips of our infinite ammo, so normal, spread, and pierce, that deal a whopping plus 40% damage over our normal, non-boosted versions of those ammo types, and Evading Reload, where when you dodge, you automatically reload 1 shot worth of ammunition. This huge damage boost from Blade Scale Loading, coupled with the Evasion Mantle and Counter-Strike, means that we can hit for ridiculously high numbers on spread when all our buffs are active, including up to 112 on Chotacabra, as you can see here, but I've also hit for well over 80. I think around 84 was my max on a 9-star raid Dow. However, as I always say, the choice is completely up to you with what you do with this new free level 3 slot that you have acquired. And as a bit of extra housekeeping, you can theoretically also get this same talisman with 1 level of Agitator or 1 level of Weakness Exploit. If you get this charm, but instead of burst, you get Weakness Exploit, you can keep the chain charm in the legs and have 95% crit. However, you won't be able to slot in counterattack, as burst definitely has more uptime than Adrenaline Rush. And if you got 1 Agitator, you can drop any of the Challenger decos you see here, again for either 1 level of Counter-Strike or Weakness Exploit, again completely up to your preference. If you've seen mine or Damo's video on the skill tables that are available for the charms, this charm is a Rarity 8, Skill Group 3, and Skill Group 10 charm, meaning its first skill comes from Group 3, which is of course Spread 1, and its second skill comes from Group 10, of course Burst 1, and then it comes with a single weapon slot and the 2 armor slots that we talked about already. If you'd like more information on how the talismans work and how to know what combinations are possible, check out the video linked in the top right now. It goes over everything in just about 5 minutes. As far as the set goes, of course, we'll be rocking the Insurrection Cannon. We'll have the Guardian Fulgur Helm and Male Beta, the Ray Sandbraces Gamma, the Gore Coil and Greaves Beta, and of course this new Golden Age charm with Spread level 1 and Burst level 1 and the 3 slots available to us. In the weapon, we'll start off with a crit jewel 3 and a crit jewel 2 and an opener jewel. This is due to the fact that spread 3 heavy bowgun with the insurrection cannon takes advantage of evade reloading by doing a shoot dodge playstyle to constantly be at maximum ammo, meaning we get the damage boost from opening shot on every single shot. So we'll be rocking 2 mighty jewels, a flash and shockproof jewel, 3 challenger jewels, an evasion jewel, then your choice of either a counterattack or tenderizer jewel, and 2 sane jewels. In the level 1 slot, you want to opt for ballistics, which is a precise jewel, and then if you do happen to get some armor slots, I opted for physique to push constitution to level 4, so that way when I dodge, I use less stamina, making it easier to keep max might up. But of course, if you have other preferences like Divine Blessing or the Adapt Jewel, you're welcome to slot those in to your extra armor slots and your Talisman as you will. Now, the reasoning behind the single Evasion Jewel is that with Evade Window level 1 and the Evasion Mantle, we have effectively Evade Window 5, meaning that while your Evade Mantle is up, you will have a super easy time dodging most attacks, as you will have the maximum amount of additional iframes added to your dodge rolls as you can currently in Monster Hunter Wilds. However, even with just Evade Window at level 1, it is still pretty easy to dodge attacks, especially if you are relatively familiar with the fight and they don't have any lingering hitboxes on their attacks. Arkveld, I'm looking at you. So all in all, our skills will be critical boost at level 5, ballistics, opening shot, spread shots, blade scale loading, and evade reloading all at level 1 just from our weapon and talisman. For armor skills, we have agitator at level 5. I went for constitution level 4, but your mileage may vary. You will always have at least constitution 2 with this set. We also have maximum might and antivirus at level 3. Evade extender level 2 is the whole reason we drop in the Ray Dow Gamma arms, plus the 2 level 3 slots of efficiency we get there, but this makes closing the gap to hit those spread shots that much easier. We also have Adrenaline Rush at level 1, however, if you opted for a Tenderizer Jewel instead, this could be Weakness Exploit at level 1. Of course, Burst at level 1 for that constant damage boost, Evade Window at level 1 to couple with the Evasion Mantle, Flinch Free, and then your level 1 decorations of choice in the armor. I prefer Blindsider and Shock Absorber, but if you're playing solo, you may opt for something different. As far as armor skills, of course, Black Eclipse level 1 to couple with those 3 levels of antivirus, so when we clear the Frenzy, we have a bonus 25% affinity, and Fulgur Anjanath's Will at 2 pieces, we get Second Wind level 1, which gives us a little baby stamina bar that tacks on to the end of our stamina bar, and even if you dodge, as long as your yellow stamina bar is within that little baby stamina bar, maximum might will stay active. Again, coupling in with Constitution to help keep max might active for as long as possible, because that bonus 30% crit is a lot, and we are relying heavily on crit boost level 5 for our damage on this set. This set is super strong, and while the recoil may not be visually appealing, it is super fun to play. For me personally, this is one of my favorite ways to currently play Monster Hunter Wilds, and as you saw, it can shred a 9-star by 4-star Ray Dow in just 5 minutes. This makes it definitely one of the quickest sets. I wasn't even running a script or speed running or using any boulder drops or anything like that, making it super easy to farm for the average player. Of course, if you are a speedrunner and you're running scripts, there's definitely faster ways to go, but as far as a casual player just looking to farm talismans quickly, this set is extremely efficient and is good against pretty much anything. The nice part, especially about running heavy bowgun, is that if your evasion mantle does run out and you don't feel comfortable dodging through attacks, sure, you'll lose out on that additional damage from blade scale loading, but you do have a shield that you can use to guard and perfect guard, leaving this set with a ton of survivability both with the mantle active and without. If you did enjoy today's video, be sure to drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel. Those are the 2 best ways to support the channel and are completely free. And of course, if you find in the future the content just isn't for you, you can always unsubscribe. With all that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I wish you all a good day and happy hunting.